Welcome back, everyone, to season 3 of the DIY Dish. And as is tradition, we're going to be making some adorable pin cushions and have some fun giveaways too.
And we have a special guest in the studio today. Fabric designer Joel Dewberry is joining us. I'm Kim.
And I'm Chris. And you're watching the DIY Dish.
It is so good to be back. It has been exactly a year this week since we started the DIY Dish.
Wow, unbelievable.
So as we start season 3, we want to thank you for being a part of it all. Now, as Chris mentioned in the introduction, we have this little tradition here at the DIY Dish where we begin each new season with a fun pincushion.
That's right, and let's see, season 1, we made the official DIY Dish double layer cake pincushion.
That's right, and then season 2, we made those quirky little owls with their knobby knees.
And so we thought, well, what can we do for season 3?
So we turned to one of our newest friends and fabric designers, Joel Dewberry, and he's going to show us how to make the most adorable pincushion.
That's right. Joel Dewberry is here today,
Woo!
And in just a few minutes will be joining us.
Oh, this is going to be a party. But first, we want to thank one of our season 3 sponsors, Janome. You know them for their fantastic line of sewing machines, embroidery machines, sergers, you name it.
And because of Janome, we are able to bring you more sewing and embroidery episodes mixed in with our craft episodes this season. So please check out their website, their product line, and visit your local Janome dealer to see everything that they have to offer. We use their machines and we absolutely love them.
Yes, we do. So are you ready to start today's project? Let's get started. Okay, so we want to go ahead and welcome Joel Dewberry to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Kim and Chris. It's great to be here with you. I'm Joel Dewberry, of course, and I'm a fabric designer. I've been in the industry for about 5 years or so.
Wow.
My signature style is eclectic modern. It's bringing together lots of different things in harmony with color. I have a wonderful wife who assists me in my projects and sewing and designing, as well as 4 wonderful children who inspire me as well.
Oh, well, thank you. You know, I'm a big fan of your blog.
Oh, huge.
Yeah, and so I know a lot about your children and your wife, and it seems like it's a real family affair.
It very much is. Yes.
That's nice. How
Yeah,
great.
that's great. I have to tell you how much we love your fabric.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll be in a fabric store
Yeah.
and we're drawn right to it. And we have to, sometimes we don't even know what we're going to be making, but I'll take a couple yards of that and another yard of this. And pretty
put
soon
it
we
all
have
together.
the entire line.
Yeah.
I love that. Keep it out.
Exactly. We've made aprons,
Exactly.
pillows, all kinds of things. So
Tote
it's
bags.
great for all purposes, definitely.
Please keep creating. We love what you do as well.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Well, we are so excited because Joel has been so generous in sharing this bird pattern. It was created for your book called Sewn Spaces. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, here's a picture, some more pictures of it. And we get to do this today with all of you DIY Dish viewers, thanks to Joel. So this is going to be a really fun project, and we're actually going to make this into a pincushion, but you said it could be made into all kinds of things, right?
Absolutely. You know, this is one of 25 projects in my book, and it's one of the more simple projects to complete, so it's fast and pretty easy for even a beginning sewer.
Yeah.
But this bird sachet can really be a sachet for your closet filled with lavender.
Oh,
It could be an ornament on a
idea.
tree, a paperweight, and a pincushion.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
that's great.
Yeah.
So it sounds like it's really easy to do, and it takes minimal amount of fabric.
That's correct.
So how do we get started?
Okay, that's really easy. You use the pattern included in the book to cut really 3 pieces, essentially. Your outside of the bird pieces on
Okay.
either side.
Okay, so
Look
you
at
have
that
right
beautiful-
sides together
Sure.
on that.
Look at that beautiful
And
fabric.
cut it out.
Okay.
Cut.
Great.
Next is the belly piece, just one piece of that.
Okay, take a look at that. All right.
Beautiful.
And then the wings, and
Oh.
you're doing 2 sets of wings, obviously, for the bird.
Okay, easy. Okay, so right sides together. I'm
Right.
going to sew 1/4 inch.
1/4 inch seam allowance,
Okay.
leaving about a 1/2 inch gap at the end.
Okay.
Yeah,
To
we
turn it
want that
inside out.
opening to be able to turn inside out, right?
Sure. Okay.
And while she's sewing, another thing that we encourage is when we were creating these is to pick contrasting fabrics that coordinate. So you have a nice variety of colors and
Oh
things going
yeah,
on.
well, especially because all the fabrics are so beautiful, you don't want to just
Oh,
choose
okay.
one. So you have to, to have a project where you could use several of them is great.
Yeah, and our goal is always to show off all the beautiful designs that we're creating. So
Exactly.
Okay,
love
so I'm
it.
turning this inside out, little wing.
that's perfect.
And how do I close it up?
To close it up, depending on how you're going to embellish it, you can just do a top stitch all the way
okay.
around, or you can do a blanket stitch embroider. with
Oh
a few
yeah, I
stitches.
really like the look of that blanket stitch. Here's another one right here. Okay, so I could close it up with a blanket stitch or top stitch. I think I'll just do a top stitch for right now.
That's perfect.
Okay. Wow, I love that it just uses just a minimal amount of fabric. I could see making a lot of these for friends and gifts. Okay. Tell us about what you did at Christmas time.
Oh yeah, well, my wife and I, we have a kids' Christmas tree, and they have their ornaments from years past, and then we have an adult tree where we could
I understand that.
we can introduce kind of our own design preferences there, and we had a great idea of doing these as ornaments, adding a simple loop at the top of the bird, which is easy to sew in, and we did them out of my red damask, and it was really beautiful to
I
have.
bet it was gorgeous.
Okay, so now I've got 2 wings done.
That's great. And so the next step would be to apply those and use a simple stitch, hand stitch, on the side of the bird itself before we start to close it up.
Okay.
Of course, on the outside. And we have on the pattern, we include a small marking that tells you kind of location where to put the wings, so it's
Nice.
organized.
Takes all the
right.
guesswork out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so if I were to just hand stitch that with a needle and thread.
8 to 10 stitches kind of underneath the
Okay.
blind stitch there, the top stitch, and you're good to go.
Great. And then do that on the other side as well.
Perfect.
Okay, so those are done.
Next, you take one side and the belly,
Okay.
right side's facing, and you line those up with the markings again that are
Okay.
included in the pattern.
There.
And on this side, you simply do a stitch with a 1/4 inch seam allowance from one side to the other. Very straightforward.
Okay.
This is great. I love projects like this. Something you can get done in a night.
Well, when we did our 12 or 15 birds, we kind of had an assembly line, and so we do pieces, and we were on the couch for a lot of the project, my wife and I. So we were watching a program on TV, and it was perfect.
It's a great way to relax, that's for sure. Perfect. Okay, again, a 1/4 inch.
That's right.
Okay. All right.
And so the next step, we'll simply go to the other side of the bird, and we'll want to
Now I can
pin.
see this coming together.
We'll pin together again, right sides facing each other.
Okay.
To both the other side as well as the belly. And what we did that worked quite well is we left the opening so you can turn it inside out on the bottom side, so you can kind of hide the stitch when you go to
When
stitch
you
it back.
stitch it closed, right?
That's right.
Okay, great. So then we would go ahead and sew that other side, then up and around, and then leave just a small opening, I
Right,
assume
and we
this?
started on the bottom portion of the belly toward the front, went all the way around the beak on the other side, and it just worked out perfect in the end.
Fantastic.
So-
What did you do for the eyes there?
Well, the eyes, that's another embellishment you can add, and we did it at the on the side of the bird, and it's just a wood bead, simple stitch on.
I love
Yeah,
that.
I love the look of the wood bead.
Well,
There's
here we
one
have
too.
one that's close to being done, and we've of course left that opening there. Chris has a favorite way of filling these things.
Well,
Wanna talk about
one
that?
of my favorite ways to fill pin cushions is with walnut litter.
I love that idea.
Yes.
You just introduced me to it. It was great.
Exactly, and walnut litter can actually be picked up at your local pet store even.
Yeah.
And by pouring this into the pin cushion along with some stuffing, you're able to give a nice weight to the pin cushion, as well as it helps sharpen those needles as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and begin to pour some of this in. Now we've already put a little bit of stuffing in the ends, just
the
to,
Okay.
exactly, just to firm up those areas. Then the walnut litter goes in, and then I finish it off with some stuffing as well, just around the edges to soften and smooth around. Okay?
Oh, this is a fun
such a good idea.
project.
Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Okay, I already know that I want to make one of these for each of my quilting buddies.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
you've got it on video
I've
now,
got it on
Kim.
video now, so I will be making them each one of those. I'm also going to be making these for my daughter's room. I think they would be so cute, like on a mobile or
That's a great
from the
idea.
ceiling, and maybe some on her bed. There's a lot of possibilities with
Yes.
this. So you can download the pattern, thanks to Joel Dewberry, for free at thediydish.com. Now remember, of course, that if you love that pattern, pattern, and it's so simple and easy, then you're going to love all the other kinds of patterns that he has in his new book called Sewn Spaces.
And we'd love to see what you've been making with this pattern. Be sure to post on our Facebook or even in our Flickr group. Now, before Joel leaves, though, he wanted to share a giveaway that he's going to do with the DIY Dish viewers.
Yeah.
Yes, we'd love to give away a book and a fat quarter set from my Modern Meadow Fabric collection, which is some of the birds shown here are from that, to your listeners and viewers.
That would be wonderful.
Thank you
we
so
love
much.
that.
Thank you.
Okay, so be sure to stay tuned, and we'll tell you how you can not only win some fabric, but also get this gorgeous book. To close, we want to thank today's sponsor, Janome. Make sure and check out their website and find out all the wonderful, fabulous machines for sewing and embroidery.
That's right. And now you're probably wondering how you can enter to win one of those sets of fabrics or Joel Dewberry's Sewn Spaces book. Well, first, if you're on our newsletter list, then you're already entered. It's that easy. And that's just one of the ways.
You can also gain additional entries by leaving a blog comment under the video post at thediydish.com. You can even share it on your own blog, tweet about it on Twitter, tell a friend, you name it. We'd love for you to share the news. Contest rules and details are found at thediydish.com.
Thank you for joining us today. Thank you, Joel, for joining us
Yes.
today. We hope that you felt that creativity was served. Bye-bye.
Bye.